But the biggest thing is today against Atletico. This is what really matters right now, is us versus Atletico Madrid. And welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Bolton. If you're still enjoying the series, drop a like, that'd be fantastic. Since it is the start of the week, time to thank new patrons, and this week it is Drew Snyder. So seriously, thank you so much, man, that's awesome. And just for everyone for the support over the course of this year, just thank you, that's awesome. I'm a little bit under the weather today, so just kind of bear with me if I'm perhaps not my usual high on coffee self, you know? So it's the start of the week as well, and since this has just become a thing now, it's Regen Monday. It's a day that ends in Y. Don't worry, we've got some good ones today. First up, Thanasis Gramelis, Jesus Christ, what a right winger. Advanced playmaker out wide as well. Like, the vision's perhaps lacking a little bit, but still, what a player for 17. Then Poon Kaming, which is obviously, mildly funny name, but it's the fact that he's a Canadian international that's on loan at Derby from Spurs, but outrageous attributes and a wonderful naming combination. Then Miko Reynoso, just an unbelievable Chilean striker slash attacking midfielder, just next level outrageous. Then Miles Evans, World in Motion. This is not edited. Explanation, please. I don't understand why that's in his name. Next up, just a fantastic name, Corbinian Goldhammer. That is just fantastic. And lastly, Milos Nosicki, although no sickie, hilariously, he's injury prone. Seems like he will be pulling quite a few sickies, unless he just pushes on through. He's just playing with a broken leg. So, there we go. If you want to participate in Regen Sunday, go over to the Discord, link in the description. You know what to do. So, today, we've got Champions League goodness. Fenerbahce away today. It's one of those games that you'd expect us to go there and win, but we are a bit, I say a bit funny. We're not great on the road in places. I say that as if we've actually not been winning a few games on the road, but the 2 league games we've lost this season have been on the road, so I'm just basing it off that alone. However, we have the second game, which is against Atletico, which is absolutely monstrously important as far as this group goes. In addition, Geraldo can now dictate tempo as well. Man's really good at picking up those player traits, but I've kind of come to the conclusion that actually the player traits I don't think are making that much difference at all. I think quite simply, whoever you set to take set pieces will just gain rating for seemingly no reason, because anytime a header is won in the penalty area from it, that counts as a key pass. So that's who it is. If you want to boost a player's rating randomly, put them on set pieces. To today's game against Fenerbahce. Now, obviously, Koch could do with a rest. And, I mean, that's difficult to do, I'll agree. But we do have a little break after the Liverpool game, so I think he'll probably get a little rest in there. For now, we kind of need him for this one, and that way he can be fresh for the Atletico game. Same with the situation here. Like, most of these guys are ready to play, and I'm totally fine with going with this exact lineup for now. So I might actually go with the exact same lineup as our last match, in fact, although maybe I want Mesa on the bench instead of Nezev today, yeah. And I should also quickly talk about Fan Hunt, because there's been a lot of talk about perhaps how he's not the best player and all that sort of jazz. And personally, I actually genuinely emphatically disagree. I do think, however, obviously, made a mistake, got that red card. It sucks. It happens. When we're asking him to do that role, it's always going to be difficult for a player to do that by themselves, and that applies to anyone who's in that role. But actually, overall this season, he's done pretty bloody well. I was looking at his analysis. We concede an average of 0.39 goals per game with Hung in the team. That's nearly 1 in 3 games when he's in our team, which is actually outrageous, and it's better than any of our other defenders. So that's kind of interesting to me, and I actually think he does a pretty solid job, to be fair. But yeah, I think he's having his best season for the club so far. So I'm actually pretty happy with the quite simply, and I don't think he'll be going anywhere anytime soon. Anyway, that'll do. Let's get cracking. The team seem very up for that. That is extremely nice. Win would guarantee us a place in the knockout round. They've lost 3 out of 3 so far. Wow, they have Ousmane Dembele. Did he play in the last game against us, or did I just not notice that? As far as the group goes, though, we are joint top with Atletico, looking pretty good to go through no matter what, but I want to win the group. I want that juicy plum tie. I want to come here, show a bit of quality, get some goals. You know the drill. This back 3 has really bedded in well, and I think that was the right decision in the summer, was to sign Koch, because our defence has been unbelievable for the most part this season. At one point, I did a little bit of a research, and I found that we'd only conceded 10 shots on target in 9 games. That's outrageous. Christensen also has try-killer balls now, and I want to see how that works out, because he does have extremely good passing and vision, which is part of the reason I think he does such a good job without having the best. Oh, what a bloody hell, what a strike from Geraldo, just off the post. Been a bit of a slow start from us, but we seem to do that in away games. We seem to sort of grow into them. Hung out wide now. Back for Geraldo. It's a nice ball, actually, and there's Kang with the strike, and it's off the crossbar, cleared away, and comes back to him. That wasn't it. Oh, what a touch. Incredible effort from Kangi. Back post for Geraldo. Can he maybe spin this inside for Hung? Hung made the run. He's still there, though. Christensen blocked. taking his man on. He's got Geraldo there. Oh, finds the ball through, and it's going to be a goal, and it's Chukwudi Bala with the goal. Hung with the assist, Fenerbahce 0, Bolton 1, Chukwudi Bala's 5th goal of the year. Don't worry, there have been off-camera games. I'll bundle them all into one big section because we've got quite a lot of big games in there. Nice work from Hung. He just picks the ball up. It's relatively simple stuff, really. The defender doesn't manage to block the cross. Nice little ball in. Chukwudi Bala, though, I think it's almost like Kim distracts the goalkeeper. Oh, that was a defender. Bala makes it 1-0. Good stuff. Half-time, I'd say we pretty much deserve our lead right now. We've kind of just grown into the game. Yet again, just not giving them any shots on target, which is basically our dreamboat right now. Bala gives us the lead. That's all we need, the win. Obviously, I'd still like to chalk up a couple of goals in these kind of games. Make that dominance count. That's been our difficulty in Europe for the most part this season. We looked good against Werder Bremen in the first half of that game, but really haven't made our dominance count that much in a lot of our other matches. Geraldo outside to the left-hand side for Hung. Yet again, can he get to the box maybe when it's a foul? He has! Well, there we go. Brilliant stuff. Well done, lad. Yeah, pat him on the back. Regan Booty used to do that quite a lot, I found, and so did Manny Farmer. I think that role just seems to... look at Macania! Man's like, no, I'm going to have a full-on argument. I love his energy. It's basically channeling the spirit of Carlo Z. He's not dead, man. What are you talking about? Come on! Let's get this penalty. Penalty awarded. Kimmy's going to get a little chance here. Could do with him just bagging another goal just to sort of get that confidence going. He has sort of still been a bit off the boil this year, in fairness. Come on, make it 2, and let's sort of see this game out. Slots it home easily. Fenerbahce 2, Bolton 0. Hung wins the penalty. Kimmy dispatches it. Really, really good afternoon here in Turkey, and that should see us through, you'd feel like. Nice finish. Got a bit of space now. Ramon can pick this up. It's nice to see him get a bit of football. Oh, speaking of, what a ball for Kim. He has to finish there. Oh, look at that. That's more like it, Kimmy. That's the kind of Kimmy we haven't seen as much of this season. And maybe he's just not had the service, but my giddy aunt, right there was the definition of Ramon trying a killer ball. Just as we do that, Atletico match us as well. This is a gorgeous ball through from Ramon. The sort of stuff I saw when I put him in that cup game, but the composure from Kimmy to go round his man and make that 3-0, just as Atletico do as well. The battle rages on. Not obviously the goal difference isn't that important as it is done on head-to-head, but that could still come into it, particularly if we were to draw 1-1 at home, for example. Ramon. Oh, he could have looked out wide. Israel's got it, though, and look at the space for Israel. Hopefully he doesn't shoot here. That's a shame. And that looks like it's going to be it. Fenerbahce 0, Bolton Wanderers 3. Another good win in Europe. Another clean sheet to boot. Very, very strong defensive performance from the lads once again. Those three, as always, are absolutely rock solid. Ezra, Demaran and Kyle Wilson are flawless. Hung and Nicky Murray also had pretty good games at the back today as well, which is nice to see. Basically, nobody had a bad game, ironically, except Kang. He was the worst player of our starting 11. Incredible stuff. Great performance again on the night. Once again, I feel like we probably could have had more goals, but we take what we can get. Right. Some games off camera. Back in a sec for Atletico. That will decide everything. I don't think I've ever had a player that started a season so poorly and turned it around so incredibly quickly. It's actually insane. Anyway, I digress. Let us move on. So starting off this game against Brighton at home. Bala getting the ball, knocking it out wide eventually. Kim brings it down and Hung just drills one into the back of the net with a lovely, lovely finish to make it 1-0 after 3 minutes. But in not long after that, really, Christensen just gets the ball, drives into space, pops a lovely, lovely ball in behind for Bala, and it's a gorgeous finish to make it 2-0 to Bolton. Good win. But then, next up, we went away to Manchester City and got ourselves a bloody victory. Koch with the goal off of the corner. Second half, we were much, much better. First half was kind of a bit but in the second half, we really did step it up. Geraldo with a nice ball around the corner here. Kim and Bala sort of interchange between themselves. Kimmy gets a nice striker to make it 2-0 to Bolton. City did manage to grab themselves a very, very late goal back in this one, but it wasn't enough, and we were able to win away at City, albeit slightly a different City to the one of the past. We got a bit caught out here. Nicky Murray gets caught up the pitch, and it was 1-2 in the end, but I still think we deserve the result on the night. Also, I noticed when we came in to play the next off-camera game that I played after the Fenerbahce game, that we'd actually played the Fenerbahce game with the wrong tactic. I was looking through before the game, not like directly before the game, but in between, trying to figure out the differences between all the tactics so I knew which one was which so I could go through and rename them, which I actually didn't do yet. And yeah, we ended up playing the Fenerbahce game with the wrong tactic selected. But I guess it kind of shows you that there isn't a lot of difference between them, really. It's just tiny nuances than some of the player instructions. So yeah, that's why we started the Fenerbahce game with the original tactic and not the newer one. Next, we hosted Liverpool at home. Probably should have won on the night. Just weren't quite good enough to get it over the line. And then we had a rotated side just because of some fitness issues. And I think that was part of the issue for us, really. But what I'd say is they still remained very, very strong at the back against an extremely good Liverpool. And on another day, we do probably win this, but keep that incredible defensive record intact. And lastly, against Spurs at home, it was more magic from this man again. Getting the ball out wide. Eventually, it's a bit of luck with the way the ball breaks back to him, but he's there to put it in the back of the net for 1-0 to Bolton with his 3rd goal of the year already for Hung. Not long after that, Murray gets the ball here. Geraldo drops it round the corner. Who would be on the end of it? But again, it was Hung rifling one into the top corner for Bolton 2, Tottenham Hotspur 0. And then before the first half was even over, we absolutely ran them ragged early doors here. Barla with a gorgeous ball in, Kim with a little flicked header, and it was Bolton 3, Spurs 0. Probably could have had more opportunities in the second half of this match, but it just was not to be. Yet again, only 1 shot on target conceded in this match at home. Our home form is outrageous. Another man of the match for Hung. Obviously, he scored 2 goals in this game. Christensen did kind of struggle in this one a little bit, but just a good performance all round from the lads. And all of that does leave us 4 points clear at the top of the Premier League. 10 wins from our first 13 games. Chelsea have a similar problem to that which Manchester United did a couple of seasons ago, where they're an extremely good side, but they do have a habit of dropping points randomly. Not only that, but Spurs, right before that game against us, got hammered 5-1 by Burnley, who are now up to 7th in the league. Brighton still maintaining their 3rd place and actually looking like a really solid side this season. Barla, top of the assist charts himself there. Kang right in there for player of the season with Alejo Roja and, of course, Di Lorenzo, and I still think he can overtake it. Even bloody Hung is on the player of the match awards now, with McCanny as well, with 7 clean sheets out of our 13 matches. But the biggest thing is today against Atletico. This is what really matters right now, is us versus Atletico Madrid. My assistant's going to want us to make changes. We can't really afford to do that at this point. And most of them are actually pretty set in their ways as far as their positioning in the squad right now. So I'm all right with that as it goes. Kim, it was nice to see him score a goal from open play. He has picked things up a little bit lately. And he's just starting to find a little bit of the old Kimmy form that we know he can do. And hopefully he'll progress from that. I do like not changing things around too much bench-wise these days. And I think it's kind of worked for us. Even though I was unhappy because he's not starting that much. And I'm just like, you're not going to get in this team as much, mate. But I will get him on the bench for today instead of... We don't really need Hernandez on the bench as well if we've got Petrovic. If we can keep that home form going, as far as just being dominant and just not conceding anything in our home games today, then it'll be perfect. And I feel like we should do enough to get this over the line. But as usual in these types of games, we're going to need the big lads to step up. This group is very much in the balance right now. It's essentially winner take all in this one. Although a draw could still... I mean, a 0-0 actually would see us win the group potentially, given... we actually go and do beat Werder Bremen on the final day. But really, our best bet is just go here, beat Atletico, and play extremely well. And hopefully the lads can do that. Here we go. Nice stuff already. Bala! Oh, he maybe could have taken a touch there. Bad defending from Atletico, and we very nearly scored early. Wow, we're really being ponderous on the ball here, waiting for Atletico to move. And Geraldo pings one out wide for Christensen, and now we're starting to open up a little bit. Oh, just go straight past the fullback. Players making runs. They're definitely around there. Murray's one of them. Back for Christensen. Back for Geraldo! Blocked, and Hung will get... Oh, he's been fouled. I think that was by the player. It almost looked like the referee took him out. Good first touch, driving towards the defenders. Nice ball around the side. Oh, that's surely not a penalty, is it? Oh, Barla, what an effort. Demoran, Barla, Kim. Oh, Nicky Murray. He has to do better there. That's surely a goal. The composure between those guys is great. Geraldo with a bit of... Oh, here we go. Almost like wing play from Geraldo. Allows Hung to sit further back. Kim pulls it across. Barla. Oh, well played. And Kang slams it home for 1-0 Bolton. My God. Some of the plays we pull out. This is what I mean. I just don't believe that Kang is purely here on those average rating, on the set pieces. Great play from Geraldo here. Totally different idea. Slips it around the side for King. But the fact that Barla looks for the second pass here. He doesn't just shoot. And Kang is never going to miss in chances like that. 4th goal of the year from Metzala for him. Bolton 1. Atletico 0. Come on, Kangy. Geraldo, brilliant again. Hung with the ball over the top for Kim. That's better. Haven't seen that for a while. Kim's not going to be able to score from this angle, is he? Ho-ho, nearly. In for Barlow. He's taking a little side run this time. Goes past a couple. Christensen in acres of space. Pulls it across for Kim. And Geraldo. Back for Kim. Back for Hung. Okay, strange choice, but he's made it anyway. Geraldo. He's going to get, maybe even get fouled here if he just holds onto the ball. Oh, what a ball through. So far, so good. I'd say a 1-0 lead is pretty much deserved so far. We've been very, very good yet again in these home games. We are just dominant here. We just need to see this game out, though. Okay, they're going to go this other side. Hung's now 2-on-1, so he's got to be careful. But what a save from McCann. You love him. This game's getting a little bit tighter here in the second half. We've not actually offered a great deal yet. At all, for that matter. Very little going on at all. We just need to not concede our inevitable 95th... Oh, come on. Oh, McCann tips it over. And I think, with 10 seconds to go, it's going to be Bolton 1, hopefully. Anyway, good defending from Hung. Can he defend against Esposito for a second time? And it's cleared, and that will surely do it. It's going to be Bolton 1, Atletico Madrid 0 in a massive, well, not even must win, but hello. Oh, go on. Square it, Israel. Please, Connor. Please, oh, Connor, for the love of God, square it, buddy. It doesn't matter. It's an interception. It's going out for a corner to Bolton, and we're going to win the match in the end. But I think there was an opportunity there for Connor Israel to square that to Kim, but it doesn't matter. It's Bolton 1, Atletico Madrid 0. Second half, they definitely tightened up a lot, but it was mostly pot shots from what I can see. There wasn't any massive chances in there too. Kang was man of the match, and we are surely going to win the group now based on that. In fact, I don't think there's any way that we can't win the group because we've got the better head-to-head and a 3-point gap. Massive. Werder Bremen beat Fenerbahce 6-1. Jesus. Our form has been pretty nutty as of late, to be honest. So, with that in mind, it's hard to know what to do in this situation because we haven't really got any massive games coming up just yet. If there was like a Chelsea or a Man United game around about here, I'd probably just skip to that instead. But we are going to come back and do Werder Bremen and Norwich next, and then we can get stuck into this massive run in the next episode after that. So we've got a run of away games, 4 straight away games in all competitions, which is definitely going to test us because our away form still isn't bad. I mean, winning at Manchester City is a good sign, of course, and Burnley too. But like, we haven't been as good on the road as we have been at home this season. It's undeniable. But even so, still looking pretty damn good. If you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope you have, drop a like on the video. That'd be awesome. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. That'd be sick too. I stream on Twitch Tuesdays, Thursdays, and at the weekend. So go follow there as well. Sorry, on Saturday as well. By the way, we did beat Wickham in the EFL Cup. I don't know if I actually mentioned that or not. Relatively straightforward. We get Reading in the quarterfinal. I reckon a League Cup run is very much on the cards. Reading are a championship side. We could get through there. Anyway, I'll see you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Hold your guns. Capybara. Bye-bye.